It's Enjoy English School, yo! Today is November 20th. We are on pages 38 and 39. It's the culture article, and our English title today is The Crowded Trains of Tokyo.
好，今天呢，到了我们文化之窗的单元，我们今天要介绍的主题呢是东京挤爆的满员电车。各位，你有没有去过东京？有没有感受到他们上下班的时候那种尖峰时刻，人潮拥挤，然后大家进去的时候，每个都贴在那个墙上面，很可怕的样子。
So the English is pretty clear. We're talking about crowded trains. But man, this Chinese is super clear. 这个是挤爆. I mean, that's gonna explode full of people. Let's look at our subtitle today. The world's most crowded city also has the most efficient public transportation system in the world.
好，这边的话呢，副标题要特别注意一下一个字，叫做 efficient。efficient 的意思呢，就是指很有效率的。好，在这边的话，告诉你说，全世界最拥挤的城市，但是它同时也拥有世界上效率最高的大众交通运输系统。这边大众交通运输系统呢，它是用 public transportation system 这个字来表达的哦。
Let's take a break. When we come back, we will have paragraph 1.
The crowded trains of Tokyo. Tokyo has the largest population of all the cities in the world. With over 37 million people in the greater Tokyo area, the city's public transportation systems are incredibly busy. Images of trains full of people can often be seen on the internet. They show a part of everyday life for those living in the city. In fact, Tokyo's Shinjuku station serves more passengers in a single day than any other train station in the world. Trains are most crowded during the morning rush hour between 8 and 9 a.m. and between 5 and 7 p.m. when people are getting off work. The last few trains of the evening, which usually depart shortly before midnight, are also often packed to the limit. Standing chest to chest or shoulder to shoulder with a stranger is practically unavoidable if you choose to use the trains and metro lines during these times. In spite of the huge number of people using Tokyo's trains, the system is extremely efficient. Japanese people take pride in their transportation systems. Trains are almost never late. That's why most people who are living and working in Tokyo prefer to take the train rather than drive cars or use other forms of transportation.
Tokyo has the largest population of all the cities in the world.
好，这边我们看第一段的第一句话，告诉你说 Tokyo has the largest population of all the cities in the world. 在全世界哦，所有的城市比起来怎么样？东京呢是世界上人口最多的城市。
That sounds crazy to me because, you know, I've been to Tokyo and I know it was very big, but it didn't feel hard to travel around. It felt very easy to go where I wanted to go. I have gone to smaller cities where it was a lot harder to go places. I think that's pretty interesting.
没错，老师就说他自己去过东京啊，他到很多地方，他们的交通四通八达，很方便，他们没有特别感觉到说，哇，这是一个全世界最多人口的城市。
Yeah, it didn't feel messy. I would feel it would be messy. With over 37 million people in the greater Tokyo area, the city's public transportation systems are incredibly busy.
好，现在要告诉你实际的数字咯。他说啊 ，with over 37 million people， 3700万人 In the Greater Tokyo Area， 在大东京地区，在活动的这些人口呢，好，3700万人，是完全超过了台湾的总人口啊。好，他说 The city's public transportation systems are incredibly busy。所以你可以想象，要吸纳这么多的人潮的话，基本上它的大众运输系统一定是相当繁忙的。
Okay, Anthony, we
Yes.
have to play a game here. I say the word, I want you to give me one, maybe two adjectives. Public transportation.
Busy, convenient.
Good. All right. If you were to ask me in American, public transportation, dirty, bad.
Oh, wow.
Yes, public transportation in most American cities, not good. Dirty, bad, like poor, slow, like lots of bad adjectives. And that makes me sad because I love the MRT. I love U-Bike. I think it's great in Taipei.
Yeah, 没有错。事实上，我有机会去到纽约去搭过那些地铁哦，的确是有点跟我们台湾不太一样。如果说今天
不太一样
很不一样，这样讲很不一样。台湾话在里面是禁止饮食的嘛，那其实事实上在那个美国的这个 subway， 很多时候你发现到哇，那个脏乱的状况，其实你很难想象。
Yes, and New York City is a good public transportation system. 有更糟糕, and I'm not joking. Let's go. Images, like pictures, of trains full of people can often be seen on the internet.
好，接下来这句话就告诉你说 ，images of trains full of people。我们先看一下这个 trains full of people， 就是载满了人的火车，对不对？这样的这个照片呢 ，can often be seen on the internet。你会在这种照片在网络上到处看得到，火车里面堆满了人。
Pick up your highlighter or pen, 圈起来小 I internet. Your school might want you to say capital I. I think 差不多现在 it should be short I, small I. But like some people might want capital I still. Ask your teacher, just do what your teacher says. 一般来美国人来说 small I.
没错，所以在这边的话 internet 一定要加 the。但是以前的时候呢，是 I 一定要大写的，
一定要之前，
之前的时候一定要大写。现在呢，其实很多人在写这个 internet 的时候呢，都是用 the internet I 小写的 I。可是，在考试的时候，如果有些老师他们还是坚持这个I 要大写，不然要算错的话，你还是听老师的，不要在这个地方说哦，可是外国人一定是小写的。
但是 Chris 常春藤的那个 Chris 说他是外国人，Don't do that，
不要跟老师对抗哈。你要写大写I，其实不会少块肉，好不好？但是平常的时候你看到小写的话，不要太惊讶。
Did I make this joke before? Yes, okay, because I really had a student do this. She argued with her teacher. 但是 Chris 说。Don't do that. Don't say my name. All right, here we go. They show a part of everyday life for those living in the city.
这个地方看到 they， 这个 they 的话指的是这些照片 ，these images, these photos show a part of everyday life。特别注意一下，这边的 everyday 是放在一起的。它是形容词，后面还要接一个名词 life。如果是分开的话，就变成副词了。这边的话，因为是 life 前面的形容词要放在一起。好，所以在这边想说 ，they show a part of everyday life for those living in the city。那些照片展示了好那个地方的居民日常生活的一部分。
In fact, Tokyo's Shinjuku Station serves more passengers in a single day than any other train station in the world.
哇，所以看到下面这句话，他说呢 ，in fact， 事实上，通常你提到事实上的话，要么就是打脸前面的大家的迷思，要么就是告诉你更多的 details。在这边他提到说 ，Tokyo's Shinjuku Station， 好，就是东京的新宿车站呢 ，serves more passengers in a single day， 一天的这种乘客数目呢。好，他说 than any other train station in the world， 比世界上其他任何火车站的那个乘客人数还要多，可见新宿车站好非常非常大，非常非常恐怖。
I remember we'll say 10 years ago. About 10 years ago, I had a student, and his family was very wealthy. They were rich. They had a lot of money, and they had a house in Shinjuku Station, that area, and they would go visit their family in Japan in Shinjuku Station 2-3 times a year, and he was always mad. He never wanted to go. 最讨厌就是去日本的那个新宿这边， 最讨厌的就是 but. And he used to complain and complain and complain about it. And I was thinking, dude, this is awesome. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
He just wanted to stay home and use his iPad.
所以老师以前的这个学生呢，他们家很有钱哦，所以在那个新宿车站那边呢，其实有置产，也有一些这个亲朋那种家族的人是住在那边的。每次要去日本新宿那边要去返乡探亲的时候呢，他觉得好烦哦，那边超挤的，烦了，烦死了，就在抱怨。
People, 我就要在家里画 iPad.
好可爱。
I still know him, and he likes it a lot more now. Now he's Mr. Cool in Japan. But when he was 12, he wasn't so happy. So, all right, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we got paragraph 2. Hey friends, welcome back to Enjoy English School. We're on pages 38 and 39. We're talking about the crowded trains of Tokyo. Anthony.
Yes.
Did you know the world's oldest metro, that's like the subway system, in the world is in London? And it opened in 1863.
Oh, wow. I know this is the oldest, but I didn't know when did it open.
1863 sounds very early, doesn't it? Like I feel like their metro, their subway, is like a horse and a buggy, right?
Yeah,
it's like,
1863年
Yeah. And the second oldest is in Budapest, which I would not have guessed. That was 1867, I think, like only a few years later. Budapest said like, wow, this is great. Let's do it too.
所以呢，第一老的话一定是伦敦的那个 The Tube， 他们的那个地铁，是1863年的时候开始启用。第二个呢，就是布达佩斯的他们的地铁系统。
All right, let's go. Trains are most crowded during the morning rush hour between 8 and 9 a.m. and between 5 and 7 p.m. when people are getting off work.
好，现在告诉你这一段呢，主要是在讲到它的尖峰时刻哦。他就提到说了 ，Trains are most crowded during the morning rush hour between 8 and 9 a.m. 早上8点9点上班的那段时间，人潮是最拥挤的，对不对？那是他们的 rush hour。Rush hour 就是尖峰时刻。And between 5 and 7 p.m. when people are getting off work. 好，就下午5点到7点的时候，人们下班了，也是另外一段的尖峰时刻。
So this is 3 hours a day. Rush hour is 3 hours a day. We don't usually say rush hours. 尤其是 one day, we're going to say the rush hour between 5 and 7 p.m. 2个小时, but don't say rush hours. Right, let's continue. The last few trains of the evening, which usually depart shortly before midnight, are also often packed to the limit.
好，还有另外一个很重要的 the last few trains of the evening. 好，很多时候是到了那个末班车的时候，很多人呢，他们都会去赶搭这个末班车哦。The last few trains of the evening， 到了晚上的末班车 ，which usually depart shortly before midnight， 在午夜前左右的发车呢，往往怎么样呢？它呢也会 are also often packed to the limit， 也会挤到爆。
Sometimes in English we could say packed to the gills, G-I-L-L-S. A gill is the thing on a fish's neck. They can breathe through it. So packed to the gills means it's very, very full.
这个 gills 就是指那个鱼的那种鳃啊，想象一下一整只鱼好像装满了人好，然后挤到这个鳃这边都已经有看到人，感觉好像真的很挤哦。
That's right.
好可怕。
And I will say the Taipei MRT is like this too. Anthony knows I work at night. I finish school at 10 o'clock, but sometimes I have a lot of work or I can't go home right away. I have to talk to a mom or a会议什么。
Right.
I will get home really late. And that I know those last few trains, maybe 晚上10点半后, nobody. And then like 11:45, those trains are super full.
就是蹦，我也没有机会看到这种终电，好，就是他提到是末班车的那种，突然人挤到爆，还没人，然后最后一班叭挤爆。好，老师的话是有经历过的。
And Saturday nights like that are crazy full.
Wow.
All right. So people, they don't want to take a taxi home, so they'll hurry and run to the MRT as late as possible.
Yeah.
Standing chest to chest or shoulder to shoulder with a stranger is practically unavoidable if you choose to use the trains and metro lines during these times, no thanks.
啊，真的是不要好吗？对啊，这个地方提到说 standing chest to chest。Or shoulder to shoulder， 那种感觉就像是跟人家胸贴着胸，好，然后肩并着肩，这样子就是挤到一个不行的那种感觉。然后 with a stranger， 好，而且是旁边是陌生人 ，OK，is practically unavoidable。Practically 就是几乎是没有办法避免的。如果你在这种尖峰时刻去搭的话，你就有机会，好，旁边这样挤的跟沙丁鱼一样，你根本没有办法站。好，或者是说你站的话，其实你根本不需要站，因为旁边挤着你，你也不能倒下来。然后呢 ，if you choose to use the trains and metro lines during these times， 如果你选择在这些尖峰时刻的话，几乎上面所提到的跟大家陌生人全部都挤在一起，这种经验是不可避免的。
So when we say someone is standing shoulder to shoulder, here we mean it's just very busy. But you can also stand with someone shoulder to shoulder when you want to support them. So we might say they are standing shoulder to shoulder in support of blah, blah, blah. And they're just saying you also want to support 支持他们这样子. And practically just means realistically. All right, so hey, Anthony.
Yes.
Over 3.3 billion people rode the Tokyo MRT in 2013.
Wow.
I don't know what to say about that. I tried to find more recent numbers. What was it like during COVID? What is it like now? I couldn't find numbers. But in 2013, 3.3 billion people rode the Taipei Metro, Tokyo Metro.
Tokyo Metro 啊，所以在2013年的时候，这一整年，它的那个 Tokyo Metro， 也就是东京地铁，它的搭载人次是33亿人。
Isn't there only like 4 billion people in the world, right?
Yeah.
That means 差不多 almost the whole population of the world, like, we're on the train at one. 不是世界上每一个人, right? It just means the same people over and over, right? Right? Like every trip I take in the, yeah. So that's a lot of people, dude.
好多人啊。
That's a crazy amount of people. And out of the world's 51 busiest metro stations, 45 of them are in Japan.
哇，天哪！所以说今天你如果有机会去看到他们的那个载客量，对不对？如果全世界最多的话，51个那个全世界载客量最多的这些地铁系统，然后其中呢有45个都在日本，都在这个日本里头，你会看到。
That's so crazy, but this is a really good thing. Now it's really busy. You're standing shoulder to shoulder, chest to chest. It's practically unavoidable. But if they weren't in the metro, they're driving cars or they're taking buses and there's not enough room. So because their trains are so efficient, Tokyo can still grow. Otherwise, 要不然怎么办, right?
没错。如果说今天这些人都不去搭这些地铁的话呢，他们就会开车啊，干嘛？其实那样的话是变成路上挤爆了。所以还蛮感谢说有东京的这样的很棒的地铁系统，能够容纳这么多的人，好去他们想去的地方。
All right, let's take a quick break, and when we come back, we have paragraph
3.
Hey friends, welcome back to Enjoy English School. It's November 20th, and we're on page 38 and 39. Anthony, do you remember Taipei before the MRT?
Yeah, but my memory is a little bit vague.
Do you remember them building it?
Yes, I remember that. 第一条呢是文湖线，那个时候我差不多是国中的时候，国中高中的时候他们在弄，然后后来有了文湖线之后，很方便，陆陆续续的淡水线啊慢慢开通了。我记得以前要到天母的时候是非常非常不方便的，但是自从有了捷运之后，哇，方便好多。
Yeah, I still think going to Tianmu is kind of tricky, but at least there's like Zhishan Station there, right? You just get out, right? For me, I think I probably would not live in Taipei without the MRT. I think. It's just too convenient. And because of my job, I do this job, my normal teaching job, I work in the MRT. It's good work time for me. I think if I didn't have the MRT and I had to take a bus or I had to drive, I would have to quit one job. I would have to. I can't do it all. So yeah, the MRT really helps. And I think it makes Taipei a lot nicer. Like it makes Taipei a very nice place to live.
没有错，老师刚刚使用的是与现在事实相反的假设。他说，如果要是没有捷运的话，说不定我就没有办法同时做好几份工作，我可能要去取消，可能要去辞掉一份工作。但是因为有这样子的这种很方便的这些运输系统，我可以这边上完，赶快接着上一场，好上下一场的这个课就很方便。
All right, let's go to our final paragraph. In spite, 两个单词 In spite of the huge number of people using Tokyo's trains, the system is extremely efficient. There's no waste.
没错，好，完全不浪费，对不对？他告诉你这句话，他说 ，In spite of the huge number of people，有这么多人 using Tokyo's trains，使用这个东京的这种火车啊、地铁啊这种系统 ，the system is extremely efficient。它本身这个系统非常非常有效率。刚刚我们前面就有提到说，还好这个有效率的系统，所以说东京可以吸纳这么多的人口。
Japanese people take pride in their transportation systems. And this sounds really funny as an American because nobody wants to take public transportation. Like, I really like public transportation, but I won't take it in America. It's dangerous, it's dirty, it's slow, and it's expensive. In New York City, it's at least 80 NT per ride. That's a short ride. Buses are over 200 NT per ride.
Oh.
So it's just get a car.
Yeah, 没有错。老师这边比较了一下，在台湾也好，或者在东京也好，老师很愿意搭大众运输系统。可是在美国的话，自己都觉得搭那个，你想想看，他就提到说，在这个纽约好了，如果你搭一趟很短程的地铁80块，好，不啰嗦就80块。然后如果说今天你是搭公车的话，一趟就200多块，干嘛呀？那我干脆就直接该买一辆车，然后自己想去哪就去哪就好了。
And it's not even nice. So, 对啊 All right. Trains are almost never late. They're always late in America.
所以这边的话告诉你说，日本人非常非常以他们的这种地铁啊，或他们的运输系统为荣。Trains are almost never late. 好，几乎呢就是从不误点的。
That's why most people who are living and working in Tokyo prefer to take the train. Train here means subway. 不是 like 火车啾啾。Rather than drive cars or use other forms of transportation.
好，所以呢，最后来告诉你说 ，That's why， 好，也因此呢 ，most people who are living and working in Tokyo， 不管是住在东京的或者在东京工作的人们呢 ，prefer to take the train， 因为不会误点嘛，对不对？Rather than, if you prefer to do something, rather than do something， 意思就是你比较喜欢前面的，而不会选择后面的，所以他们会选择 to take the train rather than drive cars or use other forms of transportation， 而不会选择自己开车或是改搭其他的交通工具，因为太方便了。
Okay, legit question. Have you ever seen like graffiti in the MRT? Like someone wrote their name on a seat?
In Taipei, no.
In Taipei, right? No.
No.
Wouldn't that even be weird to see that on the wall?
A little bit weird,
It'd be weird. In American buses, in American subway stations or trains, like people will take a big fat marker and they'll, I mean, it's cool looking, but it's also illegal and not nice to write your name in graffiti, draw graffiti on the public transportation systems. I have never seen that in the Taipei MRT.
Right.
In the 18 years I've been here.
Yeah, 没有错。所以事实上，在国外的话，还有人会拿那种很巨大的马克笔，自己在上面签名啊，然后在那个车身上面，或是在那个下面的那些轨道啊，或是任何地方你看得到的，这边乱涂鸦等等都有。在台湾，老师在这边住了这么久了，好18年的时间都没有看到在台北有人做这样的事。
Never. All right, here we go. We are gonna take our extended 24-hour break, but after 24 hours, we will be back with day 2 and more of the crowded Tokyo subway system. For Enjoy English School, I am Chris Gorski.
I'm Anthony.
We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.